What is up, guys? It is Lynx. Welcome back to another Destiny video. Today's video, I'm going to be going over brand new House of Wolves endgame activity, Prison of Elders information. Now, unfortunately, I do not have gameplay of this because, unfortunately, only having 120 subscribers doesn't really put me on Bungie's radar to come down and play it early, but I do have a lot of information regarding this, so let's go ahead and dive on into it. The first thing I want to talk about is actually being able to access the Prison of Elders. Now, there are a couple prerequisites that you have to complete, and I'm assuming that this applies to each character you want to do it on. So you have to complete each story mode mission plus the strike in order to actually play the Prison of Elders. Now, once you complete those, the Prison of Elders comes in 4 levels of difficulty: level 28, level 32, level 34, as well as level 35. Now, if you did not know, House of Wolves level cap is 34, so level 35 is going to be very challenging. Now, the House of Wolves, instead of having a raid, did come with this Prison of Elders, and instead of having 6 people, this is a 3-person endgame activity, something new that we have yet to see before. But they did bring something new to the table. The level 28 has matchmaking, but for the level 32, 34, and 35, you're going to have to find your own group, but that is nothing that we're new to. So that's kind of how you access and actually get into the Prison of Elders. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about what is the Prison of Elders. So pretty much, it is 5 rounds of enemies coming from the 4 different factions of enemies that we have: the Fallen, the Hive, the Cabal, as well as the Vex. So pretty much, it is a hold your own kind of thing with some twists. Now, at the beginning of each round, you're going to have a random modifier for that round, and we can only assume that it will change weekly since the Prison of Elders does have a weekly reset. Now, there are a couple of new modifiers I want to talk about. The first one is Trickle, which your abilities recharge slower, which are things like your melee, your grenades, as well as your supers. The other one is Small Arms, which allows your primary weapon to be doubled in damage. And then Exposure, which increases your shield, but it does not replenish throughout that entire round. Catapult, which your grenade recharge rate is increased. And then Brawler, which the Guardian melee damage is increased by 300%. Now, this part might get a little confusing, but I'm going to try to explain it the best I can. Now, in each round, there are 3 waves of enemies. Now, the first through 3rd rounds will not have any bosses of enemies, but instead of bosses, the 2nd and 3rd waves are going to have critical objectives. Now, what are critical objectives? Critical objectives are things that must be completed in a certain amount of time, or you have to wipe the entire round and start over at wave 1. And a couple of the critical objectives that I have seen while watching people's videos about this are defusing mines, destroying mines, and then killing VIPs. Now, what defusing mines are kind of like capturing points in controls where you and your teammates go and stand under them, and then once the little bar fills all the way up to 100, that mine is defused and you move on to the next one. Now, destroying the mines is kind of like defusing them, but instead of standing under it, you have to actually shoot them and deal damage to them. If all 3 of your teammates are focused firing, that should not be a problem. And then VIPs. If you have not patrolled, then I guess you don't really know what these are. But if you have, and you see like maybe a level 7 enemy, but it takes fucking 6 people with Gallahorns to kill them, that's a VIP. So pretty much what you have to do is do those tasks in a certain amount of time, or you have to wipe the entire round. Now, the 4th and the 5th rounds have bosses. Well, kind of. The 4th round has a chance to have a boss, and if it doesn't have a boss, then you just do the critical objectives. But the 5th round of each Prison of Elders has a boss for you to complete, and that is how you actually get your loot from the Prison of Elders. So I'm going to go ahead and recap that. The 1st through 3rd rounds do not have bosses, but they have the critical objectives. The 4th round has a possibility to either have a boss or critical objectives, and then the 5th round definitely has a boss to kill at the end. Now, some of the bosses that I saw were kind of like the end of strike bosses, like big ogres, big knights, big cabal guys, stuff like that. Pretty much just hide and whip out your Gallahorn and destroy them. That's about all I know about it right now, because I have not played the Prison of Elders, unfortunately. And then once you defeat the final boss on the 5th round of the 3rd wave, that is how you get your loot. Now, we are unsure if the loot drops like it does in a raid, like it comes up on screen and you see what you get, or you have to actually go back to the social space at the reef to collect your rewards. But guys, that's pretty much all the information that we have so far regarding the Prison of Elders. It's kind of vague right now, like I don't exactly know what to expect because obviously I haven't played it yet, but that is all the information that I've got from seeing people play it and then picking up on what I have seen. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you want to see more Destiny videos like this one, don't forget to subscribe. For anything and everything Destiny, this has been Lynx. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.